This dual camera drone cost me about $20. For that price, what you're going to get is hours and hours of fun. This is the first time I've owned a drone, and since it was so cheap I wasn't expecting much, but it actually exceeded my expectations. It flies really well and is perfect for beginners. It doesn't matter if you crash it a lot, it keeps working, and trust me, you will crash it. I'll also leave you a drone simulator so you can practice and get used to the controls. I'll be dividing this video into several sections so you can jump straight to what interests you. But if you're thinking about buying this drone, I recommend watching the whole video so you know exactly how it works. Inside the box, you get the drone. Mine arrived pretty damaged from shipping, but luckily the drone itself comes inside a case that protects it well. Inside the case, you'll find a QR code that links to a very practical and useful tutorial. You'll also get the app manual and the drone manual. There's also a bag with accessories, a USB cable for charging the battery, a screwdriver, spare propellers, extra control accessories, 2 spare screws. Here's the controller. It feels like cheap plastic and it's very light. It has 2 joysticks and clickable buttons, which at least feel decent. This controller takes 3 AA batteries, not included, and you'll need the screwdriver to open the battery cover. For the joysticks, you can attach these pieces to make the sticks taller, improve sensitivity, and add a spiked texture so your fingers don't slip. In the center, you can pull up a phone holder. Finally, here's the drone itself. It comes folded. You just apply a little pressure to unfold the arms. If you look closely, you'll see my drone is already pretty banged up. That's because, honestly, when I first received it, I couldn't resist flying it before recording this unboxing. By the time I filmed this, I had already crashed it about 20 times. The drone feels very light. It only weighs 152 grams with the battery installed. The materials do feel cheap, but not terrible. At the front, it has the main camera. It looks like a dual camera, but one of the lenses is fake. The second real camera is actually on the bottom. This little cable here is the antenna. At the back, you'll find the battery. To recharge it, you have to remove it. The charging port, mini USB, is on the battery itself. On top, at the center of the drone, there's the power button. And this square here houses the anti-collision sensors. On top of all that, it's full of lights. In front, it has 2 lights that look like eyes, and underneath it has LED lights to indicate the front and back. The app is called Wi-Fi UAV. You can find it for Android and iPhone. If you want to record video, this app is essential because the drone does not have a microSD card slot and the video is recorded directly on your phone. Using it is very simple. Turn on the drone. Open the Wi-Fi settings on your phone and you'll find a network called Flow. Connect to it, and that's it. Once connected, just launch the app and you'll be able to see the drone's camera feed on your phone. From the app, you can take photos and videos, and they will be saved directly to your phone's storage. You can also switch between the main and bottom camera, but be aware that the bottom one has very poor quality. You'll always end up using the main camera. Lastly, if you tap on the airplane icon, 2 joysticks will appear on the screen, allowing you to control the drone directly from the app. Now, let's go over how to use the controller and fly the drone. First, turn on your drone and place it on a flat surface. Power on your controller. Move the left joystick up and then down. This links the controller to the drone. Then, push both sticks diagonally inward and toward yourself for a few seconds. This calibrates the drone's gyroscope. You must do this every time you power on the drone. Once calibrated, you're ready to take off and land. There are 2 ways to do it. Easiest method, press the designated button on the controller once to take off. While in the air, press it again to land. Manual method, use the left stick, start the motors, then push it upward to take off. To land, pull it all the way down and hold until the motors stop. For your first flight, I recommend placing the drone facing forward while you also face the same direction. The left joystick, up-down, controls altitude. Left/right rotates the drone. The right joystick, up-down, moves forward and backward. Left/right strafes left and right. Be careful. When the drone is rotated and facing you, the controls feel inverted, which can confuse your brain. That's why I suggest starting by always flying with the drone facing forward and gradually practicing rotations to get used to inverted controls. If you're not comfortable with this, you can enable a special mode. After calibrating and with the drone facing forward, hold down this button for a few seconds until you hear a beep. This activates the mode where the drone moves in the direction you push the joystick, no matter which way it's facing. This eliminates the inverted controls issue. Other buttons on the controller. 3D button. Press once, then tap the right joystick in any direction to perform a flip. Keep in mind, tricks consume a lot of battery. Anti-collision sensors. Activate this button and the drone will stop if it detects an obstacle. Do not use it indoors or when you want to fly close to obstacles. Camera buttons. Used for taking photos and recording video. Camera tilt controls. Arrows adjust the camera's tilt angle. Emergency stop/speed button. Hold to immediately stop the motors. Emergency stop. Press once to change the drone's speed. 1 beep equals speed 1. 2 beeps equals speed 2. 3 beeps equals speed 3. The difference between speeds is how much the drone tilts for more or less power. Speed 1. Best for calm conditions and beginners. Speed 3. More aggressive tilt and power. Useful in strong winds or for fast, powerful maneuvers. Start practicing in Speed 1. If you want even more practice, I recommend installing this drone simulator, link in the description. In the simulator, you can configure the controls to match your drone setup. It's worth spending time practicing so you can get familiar with how the sticks translate into drone movement. If you have a joystick, you can connect it to the simulator for an experience much closer to the real thing. Here you can safely practice complicated maneuvers, fast acrobatics, and even a section where you chase a motorcycle to train high-speed movements. It's excellent. Now that you know everything I've told you, you're finally ready to fly your drone. My recommendation is to start in a wide open space and don't fly it too high at first. I guarantee that in your first flights you'll lose control or won't know exactly how to react. The wind can easily take it, and you'll need to be quick, so it's better to begin by flying low and, ideally, on a day without much wind. The learning curve is fast, but you will fail a few times. And I know you're probably thinking you'll do better than anyone else, convinced that your very first flight will look like those epic drone videos. You're thinking, if I handled this mission, I can handle anything. I thought the exact same thing, but the reality is different. It does take practice. You can alternate between speed modes to try quicker movements, rotate the drone, or fly a little higher but always within your limits. Don't underestimate the skill it takes to fly a drone. At the beginning, don't even worry about the camera. Focus on mastering the basics first. Better flights will come later. The only downside of this drone is the battery. A normal flight, no tricks, at low speed, lasts about 10-12 minutes. But trust me, it feels like just 1 minute. It's so much fun and requires so much concentration that time flies by. The bad part is the battery takes a full hour to recharge to 100%. When it comes to crashes and resistance, if this is your first drone, it's a fact. You're going to crash it. Not once, but many times. That happened to me, but to my surprise, the drone survived them all. Honestly, I've probably crashed it around 40 times and I'm not exaggerating. It still works perfectly. One time it fell from about 30 meters. I thought it was done for because some pieces popped out, but then I realized it's actually designed not to break. The parts disconnect instead of snapping, you just reconnect and reinsert them, and it's good to go. The only thing that did break was a landing leg, but I glued it back with super glue and problem solved. Another time, one of the propellers bent. Luckily, you get spare parts. Just remove the screw and swap in a new one. In fact, the one I bent wasn't even ruined. I fixed it with a little heat and it worked again. For the price, it's impossible for the drone to have a high-quality camera. It doesn't have a stabilizer, and both color and resolution are on the low end. Still, with some post-processing, you can get a few interesting shots. My personal conclusion is that it's worth every penny I paid. It's super fun and affordable. Shipping was free, and it only took 10 days to arrive from China. It's a great first drone to learn how to fly. It can take hits, and if you break it, it won't hurt your wallet too much. The quality is acceptable, and if you're a skilled pilot, you can even make some casual videos. Highly recommended. Let me know what you think and if you want me to test another model. That's it from me, over and out.